In the present video titled Electromagnetic Waves Part 1, we'll see how Maxwell predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves. The electromagnetic waves, we know from our knowledge in physics, have a very broad spectrum with wavelength varying from less than a nanometer for gamma rays to a few kilometers for radio waves and power frequencies. We'll first discuss how Maxwell discovered the inconsistency in Ampere's circuital law. According to Ampere's circuital law, if we have an Amperian loop C, closed loop C, enclosing any surface, then the line integral of magnetic field over the loop C is mu naught into current passing through C, that is mu naught into I, for every surface bound by the loop C. Now Maxwell applied the law to this circuit of charging of a capacitor. During charging process, a current flows from positive terminal of the battery to the left plate of the capacitor and from right plate to the negative terminal of the battery. No conduction is possible in between the plates because either we don't have a medium or we have an insulating medium here between the plates. Now if we take an Amperian loop C shown, there are two surfaces, S1 shown green on the left side of the plate and S2 shown red to the right of the plate passing through the region between the plates, but they are bound by the same Amperian loop C. So if we apply Ampere's law here to loop C for surface S1, we get mu naught I, integral B dot dl, mu naught I, because I is the current through S1. However, if the same law is applied to S2, we get mu naught into 0 or equal to 0 because there is no current between the plates of the capacitor. Clearly, the equations 1 and 2 show that Ampere's law is inconsistent and we need to modify it. The circuit also violates the criteria of continuity of current, because if a conduction current I enters this plate, an equal conduction current must leave, which we don't have here. Similarly here, incoming current and outgoing current at point P must be equal. We have an outgoing conduction current I, no current enters the plate P from left. Maxwell introduced the concept of displacement current. According to Maxwell, as the capacitor is charged, the surface density of the plate changes, so the electric field between the plates also changes, and this time varying electric field is the source of a new type of current which he referred to as the displacement current, given by epsilon naught d phi E by dt. According to Maxwell, the sum of the conduction current I and the displacement current IT is continuous, although individually I and ID may be discontinuous. So Maxwell's modified form of Ampere's law is integral B dot dl over a closed loop C equal to mu naught I plus ID or mu naught I plus epsilon naught d phi E by dt. The equation will become consistent only if I and ID are equal. The equality is established here. We have ID is equal to epsilon naught d dt of phi E or epsilon naught d dt of E dot S, which is electric flux E dot S. E between the plates of the capacitor is given by sigma over epsilon naught. into the area of the plates. Sigma into A is the charge Q. So you get dq by dt or I, which proves the equality of conduction current I and displacement current ID. Now one more thing about this Ampere's modified form of the law. We know that in electromagnetic induction, the magnetic flux changing with time produces electromagnetic force, EMF, or electric field. That is, time varying magnetic field is a source of electric field. Now nature loves symmetry. Maxwell thought that time varying electric field must also produce magnetic field, which he got by this equation. As you can see, if electric field changes with time, electric field or electric flux changes with time, it produces magnetic field. Now how this information led Maxwell to predict EM wave, we will see in the next part of this video.